the mic, he's dropping facts all day. Anthony's like, nah, I got the better parlay. Argue about the spread, it's a fierce debate. But when it comes to Wildcats, they align their fate. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums.
We are back. Charlie Winkle, Anthony Roberts, Blitz the Bookie returns. Anthony took a little bit of time off here. Kind of a reset for Blitz the Bookie. We got a new set. If you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, we got an awesome new set. Looking good. I'm feeling good. I'm excited to be back. Not a better time to be back. College football in 2 weeks. NFL 3 weeks. We got a good show for you today. We're going to jump right into it. College football preseason previews and predictions. We'll talk about national champs, Heisman, who's overrated, who's underrated, what coach is getting fired first. We're going to talk about it all. But before we do, before I throw it to Anthony, guys, if you watched Blitz the Bookie last year, you know that we had one guest host come in while Anthony was down in Mexico trying to become the next big bull rider. He goes by a bunch of different aliases. Josh O, DJ Josh O, the Man Onan, the Nan Man, whatever you want to call him. Josh Onan came in, did an episode with me, got some good feedback in that episode. Some people even said, Anthony, that Josh should become part of Blitz the Bookie full time. So we decided we'll bring Josh in. He's here. He's in the new studio with us. Josh gets a 1 episode tryout. Is that what we decided, Anthony?
Yes, sir.
1 episode tryout. We're going to let the people speak here in the next week. Let us know if Josh is best for maybe a producer. Maybe he can be stat boy. Maybe he blew his load last year with that 1 episode, and that's all he's got. Who knows? Maybe we come back next week and we got a 3rd host full time. I don't know. The people will speak, but without further ado, Josh Onan, how you feeling about episode 1 of season 2 of Blitz the Bookie?
Well, after that introduction, I'm extremely nervous. So I'm hoping I'm hoping I can take the nervousness out, and influence the people out there to vote for me so I can do this every week with you guys. I'm really getting to know Anthony. I really like this opportunity, and I want to capitalize on it, give people some good content, some good picks, some good insight on teams each week. Let's just get started. I don't want to waste time here. I want to get into the picks. I want to get into what we like and what we don't like, and let's let the people decide next week on if Josh is back or not.
Well, come with the heat like you did last year, and you'll be just fine. I think we got some good feedback last time. So, guys, check us out on TikTok throughout the week, Facebook, YouTube. Give us some feedback. Let us know what you think of Josh. Anthony.
Vote for Josh.
How you feeling, dog? How you feeling about season 2 of Blitz the Bookie?
Guys, it's favorite time of the year. There's football, and then there's a big gap, and then there's everything else. I enjoy basketball. I enjoy baseball. I enjoy horse racing. I love all sports. But to me, there's nothing that gets my heart ticking, the goosebumps going like football. I love it.
America's sport.
I love it. Flat out. I am super excited about season number 2 for Blitz the Bookie. I'm super excited about the football season, both college, pro, high school, youth. To me, it's the greatest sport on earth in, American football. So super excited about it. Excited to be back here with you, Charlie. Last year was a learning year for us. This year, we're bringing things up a level, seeing if Josh is going to be a good fit. Let the people talk. Let the people say what they're going to say. But all in all, Josh, for today's show, welcome to the Thunderdome. As we talk about this upcoming college football season, the Heisman race. That's the trophy for the best college football player in America at the end of the season. A very prestigious award. And for me, it starts and stops with DJ Lagway. DJ Lagway, to me,
he loves DJ Lagway.
I do. I love him.
Here we go.
I do.
Is he not hurt again? Is he hurt?
No, but he's doing 7-on-7s with the team. He's playing, dude. Billy Napier's job is on the line. He's not playing. They're taking it easy on him right now. He had a calf injury, but I'm telling you, You know, coming out of high school, DJ Lagway was like, I think he was the #1 quarterback in the country coming out of high school. They tried to kind of wing him in last year with Mertz. He was 6-0 as a starter in games he started and finished. He was 6-1 total. He started the game against Georgia when they were winning when he got hurt. And then when he got hurt, they ended up losing that lead. But they were going to beat Georgia. Games he started and finished, DJ Lagway was 6-0. The guy's the best pure passer I've seen in a long time. He's got legs. He's got a big arm. I love him. I love I love his young receivers. He's got 2 stud young wide receivers.
Can he stay healthy?
Yeah.
That's the question with him.
Yeah.
Can he stay healthy?
I love DJ Lagway. I think he's the best pure passer I've seen in a long time. He's a little bit of a long shot to win the Heisman. I think he's like 20, 25-1. He's like the 6th or 7th choice.
That's good odds.
It is.
He's dynamic.
I like him.
He's got to stay healthy, though.
I think he's got the offensive line. And Billy Napier's, his backup is against the wall. When he came in last year, that turned Florida's whole season around.
So that's your pick?
DJ Lagway.
DJ Lagway.
Yep.
Did you bet that? You better bet that.
No doubt.
That's some good odds right there.
It is.
I hear you. Josh, you want to go next? You got a Heisman pick? Who you think?
I'll go next. I'm going on name alone. It's a family that I've always rooted for. You guys probably already know who it is. Arch Manning.
I like it.
I want him to do something.
He's the favorite, right?
Yes. Yep. I think 6.5-1, something like that.
That's not even bad odds. I would have thought it was like 4-1.
There's no big favorite. He's the biggest favorite.
I'm rooting for him to do something his grandfather didn't do, something his 2 uncles didn't do. Talking Archie, Peyton, Eli. None of those guys won the Heisman. Let's finally
Peyton was there, right?
Yeah, so was
Peyton,
Eli.
Eli
Ricky
was
Williams.
there?
Was Peyton Ricky?
No, Peyton was Charles Woodson.
That's right.
And then Eli.
Peyton should have won that year.
Yes. And listen to Eli.
Eli was there?
In 2003. Yeah, he was at the Heisman. He got 3rd. And he
Who
lost
won that year?
He lost to White from Oklahoma, quarterback.
Oh, yeah. He didn't. Yeah. Didn't he end up being the coach? Did he not?
He might have been a coordinator.
Yeah.
But he lost to White, the quarterback at Oklahoma, and then Larry Fitzgerald got 2nd.
Jason White?
Yeah, Jason White.
Jason White.
Yeah. And he didn't get drafted because he had knees like us now at 22, 23. But I'm rooting for Arch. He's got a good defense. He's going to play with the lead a lot. They throw the ball. He throws the ball downfield very well. Had to play behind Brock Ewers last year, but that's who I want. I want Arch. I want a Manning to get a Heisman. Let's finish it out.
I like it. I would love to see it. I tell you what, I was impressed with when I seen Arch last year. Of course, we all know he's got a good arm. He comes from the Manning family. The boy's got some legs on him, dude.
He can get outside.
He's got
the
some
tackles.
wheels on him,
He can get
dude.
outside, and he throws on the run.
He's got some spin moves. I mean, I was surprised when I seen him doing it. I was like, wow.
I feel like they brought him in last year to run more than they did pass.
They did do that. They'd roll him out. They'd roll him out.
And stuff too.
They'd roll him out.
Wasn't all 3 Mannings #1 picks, or am I making that up?
I don't know about Archie. But
The dad?
Yeah.
I think he was #1 pick.
Was he number one? Peyton was for sure.
#1 overall?
Yeah, I think all 3 of them were.
And then Eli, he was drafted by the Chargers, but then refused to play for them, so they did the whole Drew Brees trade.
Would that be cool if you had 4 #1 picks in your family, if I'm right on that?
Oh, that'd be wild. Well, that's a popular pick, though. I mean, I like him, too. I like Arch. I like his chances this year. I went back and forth on this one. I really wanted to pick Nussmeier here. Anthony knows I'm a fan. Kind of like he likes Lagway. That's how I like Nussmeier.
I like Nussmeier.
And I do think he has a big year this year. I just worry about the schedule, LSU schedule. There's no way that they run through that schedule. If they do, they're legit. I'm be honest. I wanted to go real outside the box here with this Michigan quarterback.
I thought about it.
The freshman, what's his name? Bryce Underwood.
I like him. I like him too, Charlie.
I wanted to do it. I'm not going to do it, but you better watch out for that kid. You like DJ Lagway? I think this kid right here, he's legit.
He is. He looks
But
it.
here's my pick. This is my pick. And I don't even like it. Cade Klubnik. Give me Klubnik. He's probably up there, right? What is he, second or
he's
third
up there.
pick? He's
He's
got
up
to
there.
be.
Oh, yeah,
He's
he's top 5 for sure.
And he's got some good receivers this year.
Yeah, top 5 for
Klubnik,
sure.
ACC. We know about the ACC. It's garbage.
But hey, he can prove himself. It's the Nussmeier Klubnik week 1.
They do have a week one. They do have a week
matchup.
1 matchup, and it's in Clemson. Or is that neutral site or is that in Clemson?
I believe it's at Clemson.
Okay, is it? I thought most of those were neutral, them early games.
I'm not sure where that one's
You're
at.
probably
But
right, Josh.
that's a big time matchup right there. I like Nussmeier better than Klubnik. I just think Klubnik's set up better for the totality of the season and for an actual Heisman. So as much as I want to say the freshman from Michigan, give me Klubnik. I'm going Klubnik.
Josh, do you have, I know Charlie touched on his, so I want to touch on mine because I got somebody that's kind of under the radar too. Do you have before I tell you mine, do you have a, kind of outside the box pick for Heisman?
I don't think he could do it because I don't think his team overall is good enough. But I like Sellers at South Carolina.
Yeah.
I think
Rex Specs.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
He likes Rex Specs.
I just don't think his team's good enough.
Right.
But I think he could have some. I think he'll have some really good games. But then we play some better competition. It's just going to be really tough for him to put up enough good numbers to actually win the Heisman.
I got you. For me, I just, I really want to talk about this guy because you'll hear me talk about him on the show because I do think they're set up to really have a big year. But I do think he's outside the box. He could have a monster year, and they could start talking about him because I think he's got some dynamic receivers. I think the kid's good. I've watched him. I don't think he was in the best system last year. He transferred from Oklahoma, the Jackson Arnold kid.
Yeah, he's good.
I do think he's good. He's going to be at Auburn this year, and they got two stud wide receivers, maybe the top two, like the best combo in all college football, maybe. And I just think he's set up that he could really have a big year. Auburn lost a lot of games, really tight games last year, games they could have won. I don't think they're very far off. This might be it.
Auburn had some of the worst luck when it comes to like close game luck and turnover luck. Auburn had a bunch of those games. My question is, can you get drafted and play in the NFL with Rex Specs as a quarterback?
Not since like 1981.
Who, McMahon? Didn't he have glasses for the Bears?
I know he always wore the sunglasses all the time, but I don't know if he wore.
He had a band.
He wore the dark shades. He wore the dark visor.
Who was the lefty, the big guy coming in the NFL, like the number one pick? MAR. I forget his name. Lefty, quarterback.
You talking about Jamarcus Russell?
No, this is way back.
Oh.
This is back when we were way little lads.
I don't know any quarterback that's got glasses or Rex Specs.
They're probably
He'd be a
LASIK.
first. What is it, Lenora Sellers? He'll be the first if he can make it to the NFL, get drafted in the first round with the Rex Specs.
We're in the era of, big money college football. I don't know a lot about eyes. I'm not an eye doctor. But this day and age, they're spending money on their players. Can't they get like surgeries for LASIK so he don't have to wear them? Or you think he enjoys wearing them?
He might just be more comfortable. Some people got those weird habits that they enjoy,
right.
and it's part of wearing the same socks, the same undershirt. That's just part of who he is, and that's part of his identity. Why not ride with it? He might be getting paid by Rex Specs now.
That's right. That's right.
All right, what are we going to next, Anthony?
This would be a fun one to talk about. First coach fired. So we were sitting here talking as we were discussing and lining up the show. We thought, man, it'd be cool to talk about who we think is going to be the first coach to get his pink slip.
This is a tough one because there's a lot of them. My list is long on this one.
What you thinking, Josh?
I got one. I'm going with the coach at Alabama, DeBoer.
I love
DeBoer.
I love it. I could have picked that.
Went 9-4 last year. Lost to Vandy. You can't do that. That's Billy Gillespie type stuff. Losing to.
Vandy's pretty good.
Yeah, they were good, but you're Alabama.
Yeah, I get it.
You're Alabama.
I get it.
That's who I think's on the hottest seat.
Vandy was the lightning in a bottle last year. They ain't no good. They're still Vandy.
I think that guy got
That quarterback was tough.
right. He's
still
back.
there.
He's got his 10th
He's
year of
still there.
eligibility. Yeah, I think he's on his 10th.
Alabama's got players. There's no way they should ever lose to Vandy. There's teams that I root for that lose to Vandy, but it's expected sometimes. But Alabama cannot lose to Vanderbilt. I don't care if it's at home, in the rain, no circumstance. Alabama's got to beat the bottom sellers of the SEC every time.
I agree.
And if you don't, you're not there very long, and he could be gone after year two. And he's got one of the best receivers in the nation, Ryan Williams. And if he can't,
How old is he? 17, 18?
I think he was right. He was
talk about
17 for the entire season, so he's at least 18 now. No.
I feel like they always talked about that.
Yes.
He's 17. He's
yes.
17. We get it. So for me, I thought about a few names. Yeah, I thought about the boy out there at Oklahoma. I'm not as, big on Kalen DeBoer getting bagged. I don't think Milroe fitted him. And all those years that Kalen DeBoer was winning, you always hear how he's a winner. He always had the same offensive coordinator. Last year was his first year without him. he got him back. I think Alabama's really talented this year. Now, they do, in my opinion, need to get a star at quarterback. They say they got one. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not in Alabama circles there, but the rest of their team's pretty loaded. Their defensive backs, probably the best defensive backs in the country. But all in all, for me, it's the boy out of Arizona, the Brennan guy. He's, he took over a team that had been like 10-3, I think it was. And last year, his first year, he went 4-8. He had the wide receiver quarterback combo, the McMillan kid. He got drafted this year. I forget who drafted McMillan. You remember?
I don't remember.
But he went like 4-8. It was his first year. They don't look too strong this year. And then also, I think there's a lot of pressure on him because of Arizona State's success that they've had. And, just like any rival, that's the quickest thing to get you fired is when your rival starts having success. So it's for me, it's Brent Brennan. I think he'll be the first coach that gets fired. A lot of it has to do with buyouts and stuff like that, but that's my best guess. There was a Satterfield up in Cincinnati. I thought about him, but his buyout's pretty high. If they wait one more year, they'll save a lot of money. I think he's probably the one that needs to be bagged the most. I'm not a Satterfield guy.
Yeah, I think the DeBoer buyout's like $70 million.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yeah.
He ain't going nowhere.
Bama might pony up the pennies.
Anthony, I didn't know Arizona cared about football.
They do now. Arizona State's good.
Will they even fire their coach? He'll have to leave on his own. They're looking forward to basketball season already. My list is a little bit long here. I could be boring here like Anthony and be like Luke Fickell at Wisconsin because why not? He's been a little bit of a disappointment, or like Greg Schiano at Rutgers. Who gives a shit about Rutgers and Wisconsin? What about Bill Belichick? Put his ass on the hot seat quick because they got too much shit going on over there. He's got his 20-year-old girlfriend running the show. Bill Belichick should be the one. Get his ass out of there. No, but seriously.
Charlie's jealous. Dude's living the life, man. He's living the life.
I ain't hating. I'm just saying he's got a lot of shit going on. There's a lot of distractions down there in Chapel Hill. But to be all the way real, I think this is the easiest pick. Mike Norvell.
Okay. I thought about that one.
Florida State, where'd they go, 2-10 last year? After almost making the championship. I know the Travis kid got hurt, but it was a complete collapse. But how do you go from 10-2 to 2-10? Whatever's going on down at Florida State, I don't think it's good. They got this. They're bringing in this kid from
BC, ain't it?
Boston College, who apparently quit on his team halfway through the year after he got benched last year. He's saying he didn't quit, but he quit. He left after he got benched. You can have him. Florida State's going to have another bad year, and I don't truly know if he's on the hot seat, but he'd be on my hot seat.
I get it.
On my hot seat.
He was almost my pick.
Florida State
his buyout was a little high, but yeah,
they've got just a plethora of talent down in Florida. Florida State should never have a problem having a good roster. 2-10 is unacceptable. If they don't go 8-4, I would fire his ass.
And two coaches that we put on the hot seat here play week 1, Alabama and Florida State.
Yeah, Alabama will beat the brakes off of them. Even though I'm not big on Alabama this year, I think they're going to have a struggle this year. I think they will beat. I think Florida State's going to be really bad again because I don't have any faith in that quarterback. They say, I guess he's a dual threat. He runs the ball a little bit.
I'm not big on him either.
I'm not big on him, and I'm definitely not big on him if he quit the team. Don't like it. You can have him.
I got one more for y'all. What about Lincoln Riley, USC?
Yep.
Will they do it though? And what kind of buyout does he get?
I bet
he's another like $70-80 million buyout guy.
But I do agree. He needs to step it up too. And then Miller Moss ran off on him, even though they say they've got their guy.
They got their guy. I do believe that. I think Miller Moss is good, but that boy, remember Charlie? We watched him at the end of the year. That Maya kid. Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's good.
So I don't know how true he would be on the hot seat. But Lincoln Riley, I know Anthony's talked about Lincoln Riley before, not being a huge fan. I'm really not either.
He was scared to play in the SEC.
I swear, scared
to play in the SEC. That was a known fact.
And then ends up in the Big Ten. Thought he was going to be in the Pac-12. Now he's back playing Ohio State.
That wasn't sneaky, dude. Everybody knows what you did there.
He was running.
I'll never forget when Riley first went out to USC from Oklahoma. He brought some crazy house, like some 40, 50. I forget what it was. It was some crazy expensive house. And, Lane Kiffin, he's always throwing the jabs, jokes. I love him. He said, I guess he don't know what the property taxes are out in California yet. Kiffin's lived out there. He knows. It's so yeah. I'm not a big Lincoln Riley guy. I do think he has a very big buyout. I'm with you with the Florida State thing. That team that they did have that was good, they were loaded, dude. They had Travis. They had that big receiver that was so good. Verse, which is a stud at the NFL right now. I think he might have been I think he won Defensive Rookie of the Year last year with the Rams. Fist, the big defensive tackle he was a stud for the Rams too. That team was really good. Of course, Travis got hurt at the end of the year, but outside of that, he ain't done much. I'm with you with the Florida State thing. I just don't know what the buyout on it is.
Yeah, I think him and DeBoer are both 70, 80, $90 million buyouts.
Yeah.
Both of those guys. I know that.
I believe it.
70 to 90, both of them.
Buyouts and, the money these teams are spending, it really is crazy. So, talking about college football, a lot of expectations, a lot of preseason rankings, but that's what they are, preseason rankings. We don't know if these are just analysts, people like us, talking about sports and ranking them. But at the end of the day, there's going to be some teams that are underrated. There's going to be some teams that are overrated. Let's think about the biggest bust. Who do we think is going to be the, kind of the biggest bust this year of a team that we think, or a team nobody cares about?
Most overrated or whatever?
You can call it biggest bust. Maybe the team, team that's towards maybe the top 20 that, you just really don't care about.
Alabama.
Alabama for you, Charlie? Oh. Okay.
Overrated team?
No, yeah, just team nobody really, like it's a team that's rated high, but nobody cares about. Yeah, so
or that you don't care. Maybe it's your personal vendetta that you have against that team. Because I got mine.
You got yours, Josh? Who's yours?
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Irish. I will never cheer for Notre Dame. I think they've always been boring. I always thought when I was younger, I don't know if they do it now, but when they were on the NBC every Saturday, they was like the only team with a contract, so you had to watch them. Mm-hmm. They were on. It was before ESPN had 19 channels, so you had to watch Notre Dame. I felt like they cut their grass too tall, so when they played a good team, it slowed them down because they never had any speed. Even though they did have a guy named
Rocket Ismail.
Yeah.
Just that one guy.
I agree with that. Hey, Josh, I agree with everything you're saying.
I mean, the last thing I remember about Notre Dame, I know they've been to championships and in the playoff and all that, but I'll never forget, like, their Heisman player got catfished.
Yeah,
I'll never get over that.
The Hawaiian guy.
Manti Te'o, Lene Cuckoo. I can remember her name, but can't tell you who the quarterback was 2 years ago.
Didn't he make up his girl? He made up his girlfriend, didn't he? Wasn't that what it was?
No, it was a guy pretended to be a girl, and then she pretended to die, and then he comes on Jim Rome's show and cries, and I had to pull over my car because I was crying too because it was the saddest story I ever heard.
That was the beginning. That was the beginning of you can't lie no more because social media will pick you up. Like before you could just tell a lie, go with it. But that was kind of the beginning stages of dude, they're going to find your lies out now.
Isn't that how they started the show, Catfish? Because that show started after that.
No, it was before. Catfish was
it before
yeah,
that?
Catfish
was right. It must have been right before.
No, it was this. No, Catfish has been around a long time. Yeah.
Was it?
Yes, it has.
Yeah.
Well, that was back. When did that happen? Like Manti Te'o, what, 2010 or something?
I got catfished.
2008.
But no, I just never been a Notre Dame guy, never will be. And there was always people. It took, as being a young kid, I was like, why do people like Notre Dame? And it took, even growing up in the South End, all these Catholics, and it's only a few hours away.
Louisville's a Catholic city.
Yes, it is. And I was like, why do and I was Catholic, but I still couldn't understand why people like Notre Dame.
Everything you said, I used to say and talk about. They didn't have the speed, but the only problem is now is they can buy their team, and it's sad, whether you like it or not. But I feel like that's the biggest difference I see in Notre Dame with pre-NIL, post-NIL is I feel like they're starting to buy that speed, and I hate it that you can just go out and do that because You're right. They never could get the speed. They always had the linebackers and the linemen.
Power game.
I agree. Yeah. And I like that. I enjoy that. But they never had the speed to get over the top. In the NIL era, I feel like they're spending some dollars. So I like the pick. I get it. I like the angle.
So we're talking about two different things here because we had these topics written down, but you just mixed two together. So we're talking about team you could care less about. That's BYU, Boise, SMU, any of them teams.
Okay.
Any three-letter acronym.
Yeah, Alabama is my overrated team. I guess we'll get to that one later. Anthony jumped all around.
Well, we were all over it.
out.
Like Josh had said something, I'd said something.
We
like
listed out. We listed exactly.
I love
the
just
order
throwing darts. It keeps us on our toes.
He definitely was keeping me on my toes. He's mixing two of them together.
That was tough because we were mixing them up as we were talking about them.
Team I could care less about is any of those. BYU, I could give a shit less about. I don't care. You could put a number one next to their name and tell me they're the best team in the country. I could give a shit less about a BYU, Boise State, or a SMU. Any of those teams.
UCLA, anybody with initials, Winkle can't stand.
Can't. No. Yeah. Pretty much. Basically, no. I can't deal with those teams.
I agree.
I could have told you SMU was going to get. Actually, I probably did tell you SMU was going to get their head smacked in, and everybody knew it. I can't mess with those teams. Boise, it's never exciting to me. You got a blue field. Football fields are green. I don't mess with Boise.
Hating on the Smurf turf.
Yeah, I don't mess with them.
To me, I'm usually very interested in. I think they got great tradition, maybe one of the best home atmospheres in college football. But this year, they don't excite me much, and that's Tennessee. I think losing Nico was a big deal in the 11th hour there. You know, they pretty much traded quarterbacks with UCLA. They brought that Joey Aguilar or whatever his name is. They brought him over from UCLA. They got, kind of pieced together offensive line through the portal. Their defense is still going to be pretty good.
How you going to care less about Tennessee when we got to care about if they lose every game?
Yeah, no
they're
doubt.
in the SEC.
No doubt.
I couldn't pick any SEC teams. I wanted to pick Tennessee, but I feel like I have to kind of care about them a little bit just because we battle against them.
We do, but I don't like Tennessee, and I agree. I could care less about Tennessee.
Well, I think with Nico, Nico gave him that, a star ability.
Especially without Nico, no star power.
Yeah.
I have no desire to watch him.
Yeah, so
maybe Kentucky could beat
I
them.
do
now.
hate them.
Yeah, but they still got a good defense. They should be able to. They might be able to run the ball. They got a good running back, but the offensive line was kind of put together through the portal. So we'll see. But for me, it's Tennessee.
So what about a team that you are excited to watch?
Outside of the top 20? Or
Yeah, just like who are you most excited to watch this year? Maybe not the top 3 or 4 or 5 teams. Yeah, somebody outside the maybe top 6 or 7 teams.
Well, I got a couple.
Who you got most excited to watch?
I got really 2, and I've thought about this. I got 2. For one, it's Auburn. You see me touch on that earlier. The Jackson Arnold kid coming out of high school is one of the top quarterbacks in the country. With Coleman and the other Singleton Jr. Kid. He's the transfer from Georgia Tech. That receiver was so good for Georgia Tech last year. It might be the best wide receiver combo in the country with Jackson Arnold, which I'm high on him. Some people are, some aren't. I'm high on him. I think Hugh Freeze is a good coach. I think they lost a lot of close games last year. So I'm really bullish on Auburn. And another team I'm excited to see that's kind of outside the top teams is my Kentucky Wildcats. Just, I've said it all summer as I start digging into them. We were definitely a team that was put together through the portal. Everybody knows Stoops is on the hot seat. But I think he hated what happened over the last year or two. I think he lost. Stoops was known for, developing culture, developing players. Well, NIL has changed things up. He's trying to figure it out. I feel like he tried to put all of his money, into a few of our star players, which we thought were stars. They end up, some of them having some bad attitudes. But I think he kind of took that Indiana approach, where Signetti came in and he didn't buy a lot of stars. But he's, the big thing I think you're seeing in college football right now is kind of what they do in the NFL. They're putting values on players. And you have X amount of dollars to spend, whatever team you are. And you got to be able to spend your money wisely. And I think Stoops said instead of putting all of our money in 4 or 5 star players, he put the money across the board. And I like a lot of the young talent. I like a lot of the players he brought in out of the portal. Law out of Alabama was a former top 100 player. Coming out of high school.
Homer pick.
It is, but he was productive at high school. McCain's going to the outside. He was playing the inside because of Brown and Key. Once he went to the outside last year, he started being productive late in the season. You got Law. You got Gilmore, transferred back from Nebraska. You got a rebuilt
All right, we get
line.
it. You're excited about Kentucky.
I am
get it.
excited.
We get it.
I am. The defense.
I can't believe you know that many players.
Yeah.
I could not have named that many players. I hope you're right, though. I'm excited to watch him. Of course, we're all Kentucky fans. We can all say that.
Beat Toledo.
It is crazy where you don't know your team every year now.
Yeah.
Like, especially in Kentucky's situation where they
so
rebuild.
So many.
Well, I could go a couple different ways with this. Of course, we'll scratch out the good teams because,
That's easy, yeah.
I'm excited to see Penn State this year. A little spoiler. I like Penn State this year. And Texas, of course.
Yeah, I'm a Texas guy. A lot of Texas notes here.
Those are too easy. My other one would obviously be, and I've already mentioned it, the freshman quarterback at Michigan. So I will be keeping an eye on Michigan. But for my pick here on team that I'm excited to watch, I'm actually going to just say I'm not even going to pick a team. I'm going to tell y'all the sleeper of the whole college football season.
Well, write it down. Let me get my pen out. Can you spell the name?
Everybody knows the SEC is king, right? Big Ten, king. What do we always say about the ACC and the Big 12? Garbage, right? Just a step down. Look at the Big 12 quarterbacks this year. Look at the Big 12 quarterbacks. That's what I'm excited to watch. I am going to keep an eye on multiple quarterbacks in the Big 12. Connor Wegman at Houston, which I think might be the weakest one. You got the Morton kid at Texas Tech.
Texas Tech was my pick.
Texas Tech.
I'm going to watch.
Texas Tech. I got them on my list too because I think they're a sleeper this year. They got the number one portal class. They got their senior quarterback who's really good. He's had some good years. TCU's got a junior, Josh Hoover, that had a really good year last year. K-State's got the long-haired pretty boy Avery Johnson. He's a fucking baller.
He's beautiful.
Arizona State's bringing back Dillingham.
Everybody but Scatty Bo.
Baylor's got that Sawyer Robertson. Dude, he tore it up last year. He was a top 10 in QBR last year. And then you got Iowa State, the quarterback Iowa State's guy. He's had 2 awesome years in a row for Iowa State. Look, I'm not building up the Big 12 by any means, but I will say they got a bunch of really good quarterbacks. I like a bunch of those guys. Texas Tech.
That was mine.
I love it. I'm
really looking forward. I'm hoping they can take down Arizona State and win the Big 12.
They're spending the money.
I love it.
They got the money down there.
That's right. I tell you, talking about quarterbacks, Charlie, it's funny you say that. I was thinking the same thing about the SEC. But then if you think the Big Ten's got them, the Aller, they got the Underwood kid, whatever Ohio State comes up with. But down the SEC, they got Nussmeier, they got Lagway, they got the Jackson Arnold kid.
Well, that ain't
Sellers.
SEC's got everything.
But I'm just saying, this might be the year of the quarterback. Oregon's got the Dante Moore kid from UCLA. This might be the year of the quarterback.
Miller Moss at U of L.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but I think he's going to be really good under Brom. I think he's going to be really good.
So I heard someone on the radio say he wasn't as tall in real life as they thought he was.
Miller Moss?
Yes.
I'm not sure how big he is.
I don't either.
You know, Anthony? I don't know how big he is.
I think he's like 6'2", 6'3". I don't know, but it was just somebody mentioned it on the radio.
That's big enough these days.
I do think Brian Brom's a good offensive coach. I do. But I don't think he's, no better than Lincoln Riley. I don't like Lincoln Riley, but to me, Lincoln Riley's problem is not offense, it's defense.
Yes, he's always outscored people.
Yeah.
Look at the last 2 quarterbacks, though, that he's had at Louisville. They both had their best year of their career. So, and I think Miller Moss is good. I'm definitely not trying to build Louisville up, but I do like Miller Moss.
I do too. I think he's a solid quarterback.
That's all you get, Louisville fans.
Yep.
That's it. That's all you get.
It doesn't take much to win in the ACC.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't. Ask SMU. All right, excited. So who'd you have, Anthony?
I had Auburn.
Yeah,
I had
Auburn. I like that.
Auburn and
that.
Kentucky.
Yeah,
Auburn and Kentucky.
Auburn. Where are we going next, Anthony?
All right, we got we knocked that one out.
You want to do team outside the top 10 that can win it all?
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, we kind of did the
No,
team.
I'm with it.
Well,
Yeah.
who you got? You got Texas Tech?
No, I didn't pick them. I didn't necessarily go win it all, but could make the playoff.
Make some noise.
Make some noise. Win a game or two maybe in the playoff.
Yeah, the team I've already mentioned him once. I'm going with South Carolina.
Okay.
Sellers. I mean, if the ball can go his way a few times, win a couple games he's not supposed to. They got that freshman defensive end, Dylan Stewart, coming back. I mean, dude's a beast. He killed Kentucky last year. I mean, get in the playoff, maybe win one, but he's going to have the ball bounce his way. Have to have the ball bounce his way several times. I think he's good enough to win a lot of games he shouldn't. I think that's how good he is. I mean, he can win it with his. He's like their third leading rusher.
Actually, I don't like it. I hate them.
I don't like Shane Beamer.
I hate them.
I mean, Beamer is a dork.
He's a clown.
He is a dork.
And then the quarterback's got rec specs.
Yes, it's just dorkiness. It's
a bunch of dorkiness.
Just a bunch of dorks.
Beamer and rec specs.
I should have wore glasses today. Should have put on rec specs. If they go to the playoff, I'll do a pod in the rec specs.
Oh, I like it. I like it. That's if you make it.
If y'all bring me back.
That's if you make it past this week.
I'm going to go ahead and leave now.
Anthony, you got somebody outside the top 10 you're eyeing up?
I'm really high. Really, really.
What'd you smoke?
Weed.
You're high as hell?
Weed.
He said I'm really high.
He just said.
He don't even usually smoke, but I guess he's high.
Yeah, it's for me, I'm really high on this team. To me,
you're high on
I
the
think
team.
they're. if you had me
Wrong
actually,
high.
you actually had me pick, I'd have them. I have them in my national title. I have them getting beat in the national title. I'm high on them. I think they're ranked like number 15, somewhere around there on a lot of rankings. It's the Gators down in Gainesville.
He loves Lagway.
Dude, I don't just love him. I like their whole team.
Is that next week? You guys are going to have a Lagway jersey. He said he wanted a frame with a jersey and a Lagway jersey up here.
He's going to be wearing
Heisman campaigning. Hashtag Lagway.
Florida.
Lagway. It's.
I'm the one that told him about Lagway.
Oh, he loved Lagway. I love him too.
I actually do like. I just like.
First time I
I
put my eyes on him and watched him, I'm gonna tell you, I always say I trust my eyes. When I watch him, dude, the dude can throw the ball.
Dude, didn't he come in against Kentucky and throw that ball like 70
and
yards?
turned around like
70
and
yards
turned around
downfield?
before it got to him, like a jump shooter shooting a shot and turning around before it got to the receiver.
Yes.
He is accurate. He's strong.
He throws the ball deep.
I don't know why. I'll be honest with you. I don't know why they're not ranked higher than 15. I think they're a top 5, 16. I really do. They got that. There's a young receiver in their spring game. It wasn't televised, but there's highlight video of it. Dallas Wilson. He was one of the top wide receivers in the country. He's like coming out of high school. He was like 6'3". He had like 10 catches for like 200 yards in their spring game, and that was against some pretty decent DBs. They got the Vernell Brown, another top wide receiver in the country coming out of high school.
Florida's got to come to Kentucky though in November. They might have to put some sleeves on.
It might be trouble for the Gators. It might be trouble for the Gators.
Put some sleeves on. I don't even know if they own sweatshirts down there.
I have heard some people saying that Florida never, I guess, comes to Kentucky. Has never come to Kentucky when it's cold. So maybe who knows? Maybe that does make a difference.
I bet they haven't played a game. There was some weird stat a few years ago. They hadn't played a game under 40 degrees in I don't know how many years.
They have two returning. They have 4 returning offensive linemen. 2 of them are All-Americans, returning their center and their tackle are All-Americans.
What's the date of that game?
That is November the 8th. But look at this.
Kentucky against Florida. Are you going to wear your Lagway jersey on that date?
No way.
Okay.
But look at this Murderers Row.
Oh, they got a schedule. They got a schedule.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why people got them at 15.
Right. That's what I was getting ready to say. September
Florida.
13th at LSU. Then they go to Miami, and then Texas comes to them, and then they're at Texas A&M.
That's
4
trouble.
games.
They'd be lucky to get one of them.
Yeah. I mean, they get a bye week in between Miami and Texas.
How's Lagway going to win the Heisman with like 5 losses?
I mean, if you
We'll
throw,
see.
I like Lagway.
I do too. I'm rooting for him.
All right, so outside the top 10, look, I could easily say Arizona State. They're outside the top 10. I think they got a legit chance.
Texas Tech too.
Yep. I actually, look, I got 4 teams written down. Arizona State was one. That's too easy because they're going to be in the mix. They might go undefeated. I actually did actually break their schedule down. They might go undefeated. They might. They got 1 or 2 tough games, but Arizona State, I think they play Baylor. Baylor's supposed to be really good this year, but Arizona State's going to be right there. Everybody's talking up Illinois.
They are.
Everybody's talking up Illinois. And actually, I wrote something down about Illinois that top 3 in returning production in the country.
Pat Fitzgerald, that big wide receiver.
And they've got the veteran quarterback. Their defense is good. They were 10-3 last year. 2 of their losses last year were to playoff teams. Illinois, but I tell you what, Illinois is kind of one of them teams where I'm like,
they get Ohio State at home.
Illinois is kind of like a team that I could say I could care less about, like Wisconsin, Illinois.
We're not tuning in to watch Illinois.
Illinois is probably mine too, Charlie.
I can't stand them teams. Right. Minnesota football, Wisconsin, Illinois. I know you like Wisconsin.
I mean, you know what gets me going? You know what really gets me going on a Saturday in the fall? September the 6th, Illinois at Duke.
Illinois at Duke.
That sounds like a noon game on the ACC network.
Are you flying out there to watch that game?
I'll probably just drive.
Okay.
I feel like I'm a Michigan fan because I want to pick Michigan again. I haven't broke down their schedule, so I don't know exactly what Michigan's got. I'm not going to take the freshmen even though I'm going to take Texas Tech. I think Texas Tech has a legit shot to make a run. The best portal class this year, a good senior quarterback.
Red Raiders.
They were another team that I kind of broke down their schedule. I think I had them going losing one game maybe to Arizona State.
I remember when Mike Leach and Kingsbury had them going. Texas has some success over the years. I
got them right here, 11-1. The only loss I got them is losing to Arizona State.
I like that pick. I'm going to watch them. I'll call you on Saturdays.
So that's my team that I think maybe could make a run. I do, depending on what Michigan's schedule looks like, I think they could be sneaky good this year too.
Let's move on and talk about. I know we had got this subject kind of mixed in with the other one, but we'll go ahead and touch on this one if this don't tie into the other one. The most overrated team.
There we go. Alabama.
Okay.
Alabama. That was what I was waiting for.
I love Alabama. We're on opposite ends on that one.
I don't even hate them. I just think, the quarterback deal this year, do they have one? Do they not? Is this kid good? Is he not? They got a battle going on. Right?
If they have a quarterback, they might be the best team in the country. They're loaded, dude. They're loaded outside of the quarterback's the biggest question.
The question is the coach.
And he gets his offensive coordinator back that,
And the quarterback. I don't know. That's my pick. Alabama, I think, is – what do they rank? Like 7th, 6th, 7th?
They're pretty high.
They're in the top 10, yeah.
They're
too
loaded.
high. Too high.
You got Miami.
I don't mind that pick.
Playing in the ACC.
I almost took them, but I didn't. But
Put some respect on Carson Beck.
You know who his offensive coordinator is?
Who?
Shannon Dawson.
Oh,
Let's see what Shannon can do with –
It's not his first year, is it?
I don't think so.
Was he running that offense last year with Cam Ward?
Yep.
Let's go.
So, but
I'm a believer in Carson Beck.
But keep believing. He's in the ACC.
He could win the Heisman too.
But
dark horse.
I'm dead serious.
What's in that cup? What is in that cup?
I'm not even joking.
He's high, and you're drinking out this cup.
If you're going to tell me that Carson Beck can't go down there and do
ACC, yeah.
I think he can be successful in the ACC.
I'm not a Carson Beck guy either, but I see Charlie's angle. But
he's a winner.
Before he even got where people thought he was weak going in last year, I was selling beginning of the year. I made it public. I was selling Carson Beck. I've never seen it with him. But I will say at Miami, the only reason I kind of got off them being overrated because they say they have like one of the best offensive lines in the country.
Did you think Cam Ward was going to be the number one pick in the draft before last year? No, don't say you did. No way.
No,
he went down there and lit it up.
He did. It's but that defense,
put some respect on his name.
I thought about a few teams and kind of pulled off from them. So for me, I'm going to pick one of the top teams that I think is overrated. Almost took Arizona State. I think I never was buying into that. I know they made a good little run there. But Scatterboo, I think, was a big part of that. I really do. The guy was.
They bring back the coach and the quarterback.
The quarterback's good too.
He's probably the best quarterback in the Big 12.
How many games has Scattybo just dragged them to a victory though? Yeah. How many times you can hand him the ball
and there was a lot of I feel like there was some. Just some crazy stuff, but they're good. And like Charlie says, with that schedule, they should be able to take care of it. So I got off them because I think they'll be able to handle their business. I hate this because I really like their coach. I really like their quarterback. And I've always kind of been not a fan, but just like I've rooted for them. But for me, I'm going to go with the LSU Tigers. I love Nussmeier. I think Nussmeier's a stud. But, Barryon Brown's going down there from Kentucky. I think Barryon's a great return guy. Just don't kick it to him. He's not that great of a receiver. I tell you, he's a great return guy. He's not that good of a receiver.
He said he's preseason SEC or
he's a big name. He's a big name.
He's a bad route runner.
He is. He's lazy. You don't want to block.
But Nussmeier might be able to throw him open.
Mm-hmm. I don't mind that pick at all, Anthony, because LSU is the biggest there's a lot of them, but they're one of the biggest mysteries to me this year. I could see them getting crazy and going 11-1, maybe even running the table to something crazy, and I can also see them going like 6-6 or 7-5.
Yeah.
I think that's how big of a gap there is with what they could do, and we've seen their schedule.
It's murder.
It's pretty loaded. So if they could get through that, they're legit. But I just think there's a huge gap on their ceiling and their floor.
Their schedule's not as bad as Florida's.
I don't think most top teams, like really good teams, have a huge gap between that ceiling and the floor. You know what I mean? Like a Texas or a Ohio State, your top teams, maybe they lose 2 games, 3 games or something. But I think LSU could easily end up losing 5.
Yeah. So that was mine. You might be, might not. They might end up being really good. So I'm not crazy about that pick, but that ended up being my pick.
Like you said earlier when we was talking, that you just don't think they got the defense.
That's it.
The front four. I mean, normally LSU's front four is just unbelievable.
For years, it was their defense. They didn't have offense. Now it's almost turned into the opposite.
Yep.
So
trying to outscore people. You can't.
Before we jump off LSU has not won an opening game since 2019.
Ooh.
They've lost some tough ones too.
I guess that's Joe Burrow's year, right? Was that Burrow in that? Yeah. All them?
They schedule tough early. They do schedule tough. They usually
They always play a big game.
Yeah. They do, and I give them credit for that.
But still, that's what 5, 6 years in a row. And I think they say Clemson's lost like 3 of their last 4 openers too. So something's got to give there.
Yeah, week 1 is crazy.
Guys, 1 second here. I'm sorry.
Cramping? Oh shit. Week 1, he's already caught one. Rubbing one out again.
I tried to fight it off while I was sitting there. You never can fight those things off.
You cramp up more than anybody I know.
I do, Charlie. I do.
You need to get like some liquid IV or something.
It ain't liquid. It's magnesium. For me, that's what it is.
Really?
If I take that magnesium pill, I don't do it.
Take your time.
My old man, but if I take that magnesium pill,
You can at least do it on game day here.
Yeah, no shit. Game day, you need to take one.
I've only heard this. I've never seen it.
Here it is.
You're all right, man.
Yeah.
Get right.
it is what it is. You can edit this out, right, Charlie?
No, we leave this shit in. Hey, I meant to tell you, no more editing.
We just raw dog it, baby.
We're just going right at it. I don't think we're editing it anymore this year. We're just going with the raw copy.
Yep.
We might as well just go live.
Yep.
When you talk about Josh Pate, he says he does it live on Fridays. I never watch his live one, but he says if you ever want to see a mess, he said come watch his live one. He said,
I'd like to watch
by the time
it.
they edit it, it's a totally different show.
Right. You good, man? Take your time if you need to have a second.
I mean,
You good?
it is what it is. It's a
Did we all get our? Did we all just get our overrated?
Yes.
Yep. So, hey, guys, before we move on to our next one, there's a few teams that has not really. I can't fight it off.
Was it in the hamstring?
It's like, it's kind of weird. I don't get them here a lot.
At least it ain't the hamstring. That motherfucker hamstring
the
will tear
chair?
you up.
No, it's just me. My bad.
And we got to set up another camera.
Oh, the cramp cam. Call it the cramp cam. The cramp cam.
Cramp cam. We'll have it facing over there.
The cramp cam.
That's great.
Oh, you got that right there. What's that?
It's the cramp cam. That's it.
Oh.
He's over here doing high knees and shit.
Oh, dude, that's one thing you just can't fight off. You can't like when a cramp comes,
You need to eat a banana or something before you start
It's
up.
magnesium, dude. I'm telling you, if I take my magnesium pill, it don't happen.
Yeah, banana.
Is that?
Go ahead and cross your legs.
Yep. So, all right.
Go ahead.
As I'm sitting here thinking about all these teams and all these players we're talking about, all these who we think is going to be the star, Heisman, winners, losers. There's 3 huge teams that we haven't talked about. Teams that are competing for national titles.
Yeah.
We have not said nothing about Ohio State.
Nobody cares.
I get it, but they still got some talent. Oregon, with UCLA transfer.
You brought Oregon up a little bit.
Yeah, it's they had the #1 portal player, that big offensive tackle from Nevada.
I don't like the quarterback.
It's the Moore kid. Yeah, it's
Not big on him.
And there was another one I just thought about. There was Oregon, there was Ohio State, and there was one more big one I'd forgot about. But we hadn't even mentioned them. I know Texas A&M we hadn't talked about, but that's 2 of the bigger teams in the country.
They
might have the best offensive player. I mean,
Right, yeah.
Jeremiah Smith is a stud.
He's unbelievable.
Everybody's saying Ryan Williams would be the best receiver in any other class, but he just happens to be in the class with Jeremiah Smith. So we're sitting here ignoring Ohio State, and they got all kinds of talent. Not ignoring them, but
We're going to do plenty of talking about Ohio State
That's
this year
right,
because
that's
guess
right.
what? They reload every
They
year.
do. They
will.
do. Ole Miss is a big one too that we haven't talked about much. Everybody's talking about it, on the national stage, the national media. They say Kiffin's really loaded up down there, and they really got a nice team this year. But just wanted to mention those teams because we haven't brought them up a lot. And, it's hard to do a show without Ohio State, Oregon. Yeah. Saying he was the Alabama guy transferred over. He was the quarterback. But they have a quarterback battle going on right now, don't they, Charlie? Ohio State does. I think Brown and Sayan are the two.
Yeah,
I think Sayan's going to be your starter.
Yeah, they're saying Sayan's going to get it. So
yeah, so Sayan. You say you don't like the Oregon quarterback, the Moore kid from UCLA?
Not big on. I'm not going to say I don't like him, but I'm just not.
I really don't have an opinion.
Big on him.
Yeah, I don't.
But you know who I do like? Dan Lanning.
Yeah, he's
I
good.
like that guy.
That offensive tackle they got from Nevada is a monster, dude. He's a monster. You got a big tackle like that, man. It's like
it's a cheat code.
They even get Evan Stewart back. Of course, they lose Tez Johnson. They lose some other guys, but they got some talent on that Oregon team. Ever since the NIL's become a part of it, they've almost been like Notre Dame. It's going to be hard to beat them because they can spin. I tell you one thing. I'm an SEC guy. Everybody knows that. But I've said this to people I've talked to in the college football community, college football world. I tell you, I really think it's a little bit of a disadvantage for the SEC.
Oh, 100%.
Because not all, but a vast majority of your high school talent comes from the South. And that's why the SEC has always been so good. But I'm going to tell you, what some of these teams from the North, the Big Ten out West, have going for them, we're in the era of NIL where money talks. Money's bigger up north. Money's bigger out west. I listen to things about California, and they act like money's so big out there. So I do think that's an advantage to the Big Ten teams and the teams out west. And you only have about 4 or 5 teams in the Big Ten that's really going for it. I feel like in the South with the SEC, every team's trying to be good. Even a team like Kentucky, we're spending pretty good. We're just not spending SEC good. That's all. We
got to find the diamonds in the rough and then keep them somehow.
So we could spend all $20 million and it still wouldn't matter.
I was talking to Charlie. I've talked to other friends about this. Everybody's hiring these GMs now for college football. And what they're essentially doing, if you've seen that movie Moneyball with, about the A's and what happened, the NFL does this. So they have these general managers and they put values on players. And say you want player X and you think he's worth $700,000, but if you can get him for $500,000, then you get him. Sometimes you got to let a player walk because you just think within your budget he's too expensive for that.
That's because it's not just football now; it's called business.
Yeah, and I think that's the NFL. What it's all about. Everybody says, "Well, they need to sign him." Everybody has a salary cap. Like you got to make that work within your dollars you got. It ain't just about just sign this player, having the best players. It's having the best players under the best contracts. That's why everybody wants to get everybody on them rookie deals and stuff. So, I just wanted to add that as we're learning about this NIL era and the ways to win, the ways to be competitive with different levels of budget. I think Stoops is trying it a little bit different this year, kind of spreading the money across the board instead of having it in 3 or 4 big players. There's no telling how much we paid Deion Walker because I really thought we would lose Deion, and we were able to keep him. I think we paid that dude a fortune. Him, Dane Key, and Brown.
Yep.
This year we're able to spread the money.
They were disappointing.
Yep. So
I got 6 names right here. Let's do a little quick rapid fire buy or sell. I got 6 names. We'll start with Brian Kelly.
Brian Kelly.
You buying or you selling some stock in Brian Kelly?
I'll go
I'm
first.
so on the fence with Brian Kelly.
Me too, Charlie.
I'm just going to say I put him on layaway. It's like I'm not buying, I'm not selling. Let me just put him over here and kind of see what happens first and maybe I'll come buy him.
What sucks is I'm the same way. I hate him so much as a person that it's hard for me to buy or sell. I want to sell his ass, but
what'd he do to you?
I just don't look at it. Have you ever look at somebody you're like, man,
I don't like South Carolina's coach.
I can't stand his face.
I don't like Beamer. I don't like Beamer.
He gets excited. His face turns all purple like he just ate the everlasting gobstopper from Charlie and Chocolate Factory. I mean, when he's yelling.
It ain't no worse than Stoops, son. Yeah. Stoops gets red as a freaking beat when he gets mad. I love it when Stoops gets crazy mad.
I'll sell Brian Kelly.
I'll sell.
I'm going to buy, but I'm watching that stock closely. If it's even starting to go down.
I feel you. I'm not even buying. I need the layaway section because I got to just wait and see.
I used to love him. He got to get him a good defensive coordinator and get him some good defensive talent in there. I think the guy's always been a good recruiter. He knows how to put a football team together. They got to get him a defense. Their offense has been fine. They got to get him a defense. And what he hates is he left Notre Dame right at the wrong time because now he left to get more talent, but then the NIL happened, and essentially you can buy talent now.
Notre Dame's got $1 billion.
Yeah, I don't even think that. Listen, I'm not a Freeman guy. They're spending tons of money, and they have some of the best coordinators in the sport. But Freeman's benefiting from that, in my opinion. So,
I ain't got Freeman on the list, but I do got Lincoln Riley. You buying or selling? I know we already mentioned him a little bit, but he's on the list. Lincoln Riley buying. I think we're all selling.
We're all selling him. He got scared of the SEC and went out west, and then I got stuck in the Big Ten.
Sissy.
So he ran scared. We all know it. I'm selling his ass.
He won't go in the SEC because he knew how tough it was. But the Big Ten's starting to get pretty damn tough.
Oh, yes.
It's become the two damn power conferences.
Yes. That's why
maybe he needs to run to the Big 12 or something. Right?
Yeah, that's where he belongs.
He needs to go to the ACC.
All these guys, all these coaches, they want to face the best. They want to go to the NFL. They want to, keep moving up. The competitor in them. He's like one of the few high-level coaches I've seen that, he it's
just say it.
Yeah,
he's a sissy.
He runs from competition.
Look in the camera and call him a sissy.
Yeah, soft, like
running. You're running, Lincoln Riley.
Yeah,
you were running.
I'm selling he's just soft. His defenses ain't good enough for me. He ain't physical enough, and I do think the Big Ten is starting to become a really power conference, and you're going to be physical in that league too.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Agree.
Right, and I know this is somebody else we talked about, but Kalen DeBoer. You buying or you selling?
I'm buying, and I'm not. There one knock I had on him was when he came in, he was definitely different than Saban. He wasn't like a disciplinarian. He was more of a player's coach. But people were different. Now, I do think that, they got to him at times, but that wasn't his guy. Milroe was already there. I don't think him and Milroe were a good match for each other. I just don't. DeBoer, he wants to coach in a passing offense. He needs his quarterback to be accurate. He got his offensive coordinator back. I think
You're saying Milroe wasn't accurate?
No, I think Milroe's a great athlete, but he's not very accurate.
He was not accurate.
It's and
he sailed many over the hands.
And I just don't think
receivers.
Milroe was like a team player. DeBoer's all about positivity and good atmosphere. Now, it's different than Saban, but people coach different ways. But I'm going to buy DeBoer. I think they had a really nice team this year. I think the guy can coach. He gets his offensive coordinator back, which they've had a lot of success together. I'm buying DeBoer.
Before Winkle sells, I'll buy as well because I know Winkle's full sell. I'll buy him this year. I think he's got Ryan Williams. He's got his quarterback.
Defense is nice.
Yes.
I'm selling. I don't hate the guy. I don't have anything personal against the guy. I just think tough spot, trying to follow Saban. Little rough patches there with Milroe last year. You better get it right this year. Better get it right. I'm selling.
Michael Penix and Adunze ain't walking through the door, huh?
No, they're not. No, they're not.
That was a nice little team. That was one of your teams that year, Charlie.
Yep.
He was on Washington.
Yep. And he could turn out to be a really good coach. Coached Alabama for a long time. I don't see it right now. Always tough to follow a legend, and he's following the legend. So
that'd be tough.
We'll see what happens. All right, 3 more quick names. These are not coaches. These are our quarterbacks. Klubnik. I'm buying because I got him winning the Heisman.
There you go.
What do y'all think? I hear a lot of people talk shit about this kid, and I think he's a winner. I think he's a good college quarterback. How good will he be in the NFL? I don't know, but I think he's a good college quarterback, proven winner, and he plays in the ACC. So I'm buying Klubnik.
I'll go layaway. Since Winkle got one to put on layaway, I'll put Klubnik on layaway. I need to see him week 1.
See, I think I had him on layaway last year.
Yeah. You got him hurt.
Did you pay him off? Did you make your payments?
Yeah.
Did you make your payments?
I took him off layaway this year. I got him. Now I'm buying.
But yeah, I'll put him on layaway. Let me see. Another year with Dabo. More players coming in, more talent for Clemson this year. I like the Clemson team this year, but I want to see Klubnik one more time.
I got you. So for me, Klubnik's tough because coming out of high school, I went back and forth with this guy. Coming out of high school, I liked him. Like a gamer. He was a big recruit, 5-star recruit. He looked like a gamer. Has good wheels. Was supposed to be a good thrower. And then his first couple years at Clemson, he really disappointed me. Like in my eyes, I just didn't see it. I didn't see it. Kind of what the Carson Beck thing. I didn't see it. And
I had him on layaway.
I didn't think Clemson could win with him at a high level. I thought he could be a decent quarterback. Now I will say, the kid really surprised me about halfway through the year last year. Something clicked for him. I respected that Texas team a lot last year. I think them and Ohio State were the 2 best teams. And arguably Texas could have been better. But their defense was good. And he came in and he performed against that defense and was able to be competitive in that game at least. And they were right with them for a while. And
so you buying or selling?
I'm buying. I'm buying as a college quarterback, not as a pro quarterback, because I don't think he's a pro quarterback.
I kind of agree with that. I'm not saying I don't think he can be an NFL quarterback. I'm not sure on that level.
He needs his
same
legs.
Exact thing.
He needs his
college
legs.
quarterback.
He needs his legs.
All right, I got 2 more. I'll save the best for last. We'll go Arch Manning here.
Got to buy. I've mentioned his name 47 times since we started. I'm buying Arch.
I'm buying. His last name's Manning.
Yeah.
They've been preparing for this. My man's been sitting very patiently. His last name is Manning. He will be ready. I think the kid's legit.
No doubt.
Good. I mean, I guess he could be a bust, but I don't see it. Not with that last name.
No. Look, I ain't never seen a.
Bye.
I ain't never seen a bad Manning.
Bye.
Just the NSYNC.
And I tell you this, I don't think
NSYNC section.
I don't think a lot of people were talking about this, but I just know, I try to put myself in his shoes. His grandpa was a star. Both his uncles were stars. We all know the story about his dad got hurt. He was the oldest Manning. He was.
They said he was the best one.
Wide receiver.
Wide receiver was going to go to Ole Miss. Peyton said he would have went to Ole Miss. He said he was going where his brother went. And I almost think he needs to do this for his dad. He probably feels like, hey, my 2 uncles became stars, and my dad held it down, raised me. I need to do this for the family legacy. But not only that, but I need to do this for my dad.
The amount of pressure that Anthony is putting on Arch Manning right now.
Dude,
this gets back to him.
He's good.
Gosh.
Hey, he's good. He's good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I don't know how good of a pro quarterback he'll be because I think he has a good arm, and I've seen it, but I need to see more. But I haven't seen it. I'm not saying he don't have a good arm, but I'm going to tell you what I seen last year when he came in. I loved his wheels. He was dynamic in the run game, which I think really, ties into the college game. That don't mean I don't think he's going to be a great pro because he could. I need to see more. I just ain't watched him enough. I don't think nobody has because, with Ewers there last year. But it's from a college standpoint, and we all know you can make a ton of money in college. I like to know how much money he's already made in college.
Yes.
A lot.
Hey, I think it's genius what they did. Nussmeier did it, where you come in as a big recruit, and people say, well, why would you say? Because you don't get exposed. Like, say you're a bust, because there are busts in football, especially. But it's almost like the J.J. McCarthy thing up in Minnesota. Like his sports cards are still valuing. People don't know if he's good or not yet, but you haven't seen him, so he ain't been exposed. Mm-hmm. Make that money before you get exposed. If you go in as a freshman, they're going to know right away. And if you're no good, then your earning potential is going to go down right away. Where if you sit on the bench behind somebody, most popular players, the backup quarterback,
always.
You keep your value up. I think it's genius. Nussmeier did it. I think the Mannings are doing it. Dude, these kids are making big money. I like to know what Manning's already made. I bet you it's a lot of money.
A lot.
Yeah.
All right, last one. Best for last. Carson Beck. Put some respect on his name. You buying or selling?
Selling. I sold last year, beginning of the year, ended up being horrible. Now, he's got a chance to prove me wrong this year, but I was so right on that last year. Everybody was high on him. A lot of people Heisman pick. I dogged him from the start. I was right, but he could bounce back, but I'm going to sell again.
I'm selling. I named Miami as my most overrated team in the top 10. I can't buy Carson Beck after that quote.
I disagree. I think the kid got thrown to the side. Yes, he had a little rough year last year, but he's also a proven winner. Did he have a good team? Yeah, he had a good team, but I think the kid is a winner. I think he got thrown to the side a little bit too early there, and I think he goes to Miami and does exactly what Cam Ward does. I'm not saying he's going to be the number 1 pick, but I think he goes down there and has a big year in a weak conference with a team that is going to be willing to sling it around. So I'm buying Beck. And I'm buying Stockton too. I'm buying stock in Stockton, and I like Beck. I like Georgia quarterbacks.
Yeah, I don't like either one. Brock Bowers not walking through those doors.
All right, defensive player. Anthony, this was your favorite. This is the one you wanted to do. I'm going to go real quick because I didn't know. I got Darnell Dotson.
Darnell Dotson. He plays on the wing.
I don't. That's not even his name. I told you what his name is. Like Dennis Johnson.
Dennis Johnson.
The Penn State
Johnson played for
defensive.
Kentucky.
Yeah, we said defensive line.
Charlie, do not
Darnell
trust
Johnson.
Do not trust me.
Dennis Dotson. I don't know. Who was he?
No,
I'll look him up.
Look, here's who I want. Oh, yeah, no, this is the kid from Penn State, right?
Yeah, he's the defensive
He's
end.
taking Abdul Carter's play.
Yeah,
that's who
him.
I got.
Yeah.
That guy, Darnell Dotson. I'm going to just call him Darnell Dotson. If you know who
That's
Darnell
not him,
Dotson is, my man is like Anthony. He's high.
let me find his name for you. There.
Yeah. It's like Dennis Johnson or something. For me, I'm going to take the freshman superstar last year from Texas, Colin Simmons. He come in a huge recruit, 5-star recruit. He didn't disappoint. He's a freak of nature, dude. If you ain't watched this kid play, similar to Stewart at South Carolina, he gets after the quarterback crazy. I think he's a little better than the guy from South Carolina because he gives you more run support. He's a freak of nature. He'll be a top 5 pick in the NFL when his time comes. He's just a sophomore this year. But as a 5-star recruit last year, I mean, he showed out right away and didn't even play as many snaps as he could have. He had 9 sacks. I mean, the guy's a freak. If you ain't had a chance to watch him play, Colin Simmons is probably my strongest pick. I think the guy's a freak.
I'm going with the strong safety, Ohio State, Caleb Downs, All-American last year, coming back. He can guard receivers. He can step up, stop the run. He plays on a great team. First time we've brought up Ohio State. Time to bring them up now.
They might have the best offensive and defensive player in the country.
Wide receiver, Jeremiah Smith. Caleb Downs
he's the best receiver. That guy's a freak.
He might be the best player in the country.
Yes.
I think, like, if we're just saying player, like, then we're not, like, giving more
I
value
heard
to
somebody
quarterback.
say that he was the best college football player they've ever seen.
I've heard people say the
I
best.
was like, I don't know about that.
I've
but
heard the best receiver in the last 10 years, stuff like that.
Yes.
pretty good.
Yeah. It's that guy's name is Dennis Sutton. Danny Dennis Sutton.
Yeah. Danny Dennis Sutton. Darnell Dodson. Sutton.
Darnell.
Eddie Sutton. Eddie Sutton.
Eddie Sutton.
I love it.
What is his real name?
It is. He said it. It's
Dennis Sutton.
Danny Dennis Sutton. So his last name is hyphenated. Dennis Sutton.
Oh,
He's
okay.
getting out of Abdul Carter's shadow.
Danny Dennis DDS.
DDS.
I like
Just call it
DDS. I like that,
I
Charlie.
like
I
DDS.
like that. DDS.
I'm going with DDS. He's going to follow
Diamond
in
Dallas Sutton.
the footsteps. Yep, I like it.
Diamond Dallas.
All right.
National
We
champ.
down to the big dogs. Let's do conference champs real quick.
Okay.
Let's just we ain't got to dig into them. I'll spit mine out real quick. You want to just do all 4 of them, or you want to all name the ACC?
Let's go one at a time. One at a time. We'll be quick to them. Let's start ACC.
ACC. I got Clemson.
I got Clemson.
I mean,
Clemson.
you could make a case for maybe Miami and my boy Carson Beck.
SMU, no?
No, I don't care about SMU, Josh.
You hate 3-letter names.
And-
You like DDS, but you don't like SMU
No.
or BYU.
And this LOU team, whoever they are,
You know,
they've got a path too, but I don't think they get through Clemson. So
it's hard to keep up with what conference
in
some of these
Louisville,
teams
too.
are in.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
It is. We had this like last year. I felt stupid. I thought I was college football, knew everything about it, and some of these teams stomped me. Like, what conference are they in? I had to look it up real quick.
you know my favorite conference, the Pac-2.
Yeah. You know what they're doing? They're getting all that money. It's still there. All that bowl money. It's still
Oh,
there
right.
through contracts. They said we'll keep it. We'll sit here and suck in that money
They're
for the
a
last couple of years.
disaster out there, though.
What's your next conference there, Winkle?
Next conference, Big 12.
The Big 12.
Who you? I have. Well, yeah, I already told you. I got Arizona State going undefeated. I hope it's Texas Tech. Never been a big Baylor fan, but everybody's talking about Baylor this year. I'm going Arizona State. I'm riding Arizona State, but I do kind of hope it's Texas Tech.
I went Texas Tech.
Did you? You got
All
them
that,
winning
all
it?
that
I like it.
NIL
I like
money.
it.
I want somebody to beat Arizona State, and I want it to be Texas Tech.
We're gonna have to get a Texas Tech hat and sit it right about there.
What about a jersey?
Who you? Well, we can do. Who?
We need some.
Who's
Texas.
played for Texas Tech?
Mahomes.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes.
Who was
Forgot about that
They had Kingsbury was running the offense out there. Who was their quarterbacks? Mahomes was their quarterback.
They had a receiver.
Was Mayfield? Mayfield started out there, didn't he?
Yes, and then
Didn't they have a receiver that ended up with the Dolphins?
Oh, they had Crabtree.
Crabtree.
He was
went with
good.
the Dolphins.
He was
Yeah,
good in
Crabtree
college.
was good. He was really good in college. dude.
Yeah, he was a good.
I liked
he was
him.
serviceable in the NFL. He had a good career.
Patrick Mahomes. Forgot all about that guy. Big 12. Yeah, Arizona
Matt,
State. You got
who'd you
Texas
take?
Tech. Who you got?
Matt Campbell, Iowa State.
Iowa State.
I like Matt Campbell.
I actually think that the Big 12 is kind of.
I think it's
Pretty
going to be
solid-
fun. Like
pretty
you said, they're
solid.
going to score some points in that conference.
I think Arizona State, Baylor, Iowa State. I'll pass right over BYU because I just don't care about them. Texas Tech, K State, TCU's got Kansas. You never know about Kansas.
They're
It's
pretty
sneaky
sneaky.
too.
Yes.
So who knows how
BYU,
good
they got Steve Young, Detmer. They've had some quarterbacks out there at BYU. Who's that boy? That star running back. They were going to play in the Liberty Bowl and he got hurt that year. They played Louisville in the Liberty Bowl years ago. He was that white guy, return guy. He was dynamic as hell. I forget that kid's name. He got hurt before the bowl game over. They were playing Louisville in the Liberty Bowl.
BYU running back.
No, he was like an athlete. Like I'll look him up.
I can't remember
I think
that.
did Wes Welker go to Texas Tech?
Yes, he did. That's a good call. All right, Big Ten. Anthony, you got Penn State,
Penn
right?
State.
I'm not going to. I think Ohio State struggles a little bit. When I say struggle, maybe like 2-3 losses. Oregon's got a path because their schedule is kind of weak. I'm going Penn State.
I went Ohio State. We just talked about they may have the best defensive player and the best offensive player in the country. I'm riding with Ohio State. As much as I hate Ohio State, I'm riding with the Buckeyes.
I think the Big Ten's going to be a little interesting, too. A lot of new quarterbacks on those top teams. We're going to see. SEC time. Who you got, Anthony?
I'm going outside the box. I like Alabama, but I'm going to go outside the box. I'm going to go with the Gators.
That is completely in your box. That is
Totally
so,
inside your box. No, that's way outside the box, though. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, he's right. I love it. He's riding with Lagway all the whole time.
It ain't just that. I like Napier.
Yes.
But Charlie, tell you, I'm the only guy that likes him. I like Napier. I just do.
I love it.
Josh, you want to go next on this one? Who you got?
I got Texas. I'm riding with Arch. He rolls with Lagway. It's Arch and Lagway all the way.
Texas good.
Well, we're all going different because give me the Bulldogs and not the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Give me Georgia, baby. Give me Georgia. Everybody's sleeping on Georgia. Oh, Beck wasn't this. Now they got Stockton. He ain't good. Anthony's selling both of them. He hates Georgia quarterbacks. Kirby Smart is the man. I got Kirby's back. Until they lose 2 or 3 games and they're out of it, I got Kirby's back. I was riding this wave last year. It didn't work out, but I'm back on the Georgia bandwagon.
Hey, I don't hate
Give me Georgia.
I don't hate all Georgia quarterbacks. I like Fields.
Matt Stafford, baby.
That's
Matt Stafford, son.
He's a stud.
I like it. All right. National champs. What we've all been waiting for. National champions. Is anybody? You got Florida.
They'll be in the game, but they'll lose.
They'll be in the national championship. Damn, he is riding that.
Ride or die. I love it.
I do think they will lose to Penn State.
I hear you.
I think Penn State.
You got Penn State winning it?
The only thing they lost was Abdul Carter and Warren, which are both big players, but Thunder and Lightning, K-Tron and Singleton, that's the best running back combo I've seen in a long time. A great offensive line. Drew Aller coming back. They bring in Hudson from USC. They bring in the boy from Troy. They had no wide receivers last year. They got some good young tight ends with their tight end U. Their offensive line is solid. They bring in Jim Knowles, defensive coordinator from Ohio State after their defensive coordinator left for Clemson.
That's a good pick.
But I promise you, Knowles from Ohio State, I think Knowles is just going to jump around to the national champ. Knowles knows talent. And I read a thing that Knowles said when he got there and he was looking over the defense, and when he finally seen them, he said he expected them to be good, but they were even better than what he thought. Their defense is good. You're going to have to stop them from running the ball because I don't think anybody can. I think they were better in Notre Dame last year. I think that was a hell of a game, but I think Penn State was slightly better. I think Notre Dame was doing that thing where they were scoring on people right before half and then coming back and scoring. Ended up being a hell of a game, but Penn State is just, you're going to have to stop them running the ball. Then when you do, this year I think they actually have some weapons at receivers. They had no receivers last year and still could have won the national title with no receivers. Aller another year, Jim Knowles.
Best quarterback in the Big Ten.
Yep. I hate to see Florida get beat, but I think Penn State, and I think Penn State's going to win it pretty easy.
Quick note on the 2 running backs, too. I've seen a couple different reports saying that there is a good possibility that they might both be drafted in the first round.
K-Tron and Singleton.
It's rare to get a running back in the first round of the NFL draft, much less 2 on the same team.
I thought they were better in Oregon in the Big Ten championship game. We went up to that game.
So.
Yeah,
I thought so.
I'm gonna tell you, dude. And they say before last year, Warren was just another tight end, and he really made a big name for himself. To stop them from running, you are going to have to commit everybody, and it's going to make passing so easy. Last year they just had no receivers, but I'm telling you, they were bad. I think they were slightly bad. And Notre Dame, that's saying a lot. Notre Dame was really good. I don't think they were better than Ohio State, but I do think they were better than Oregon that game. For me, it's Penn State.
Josh, who you got?
You know who I'm riding with? Arch.
Arch, all the way.
Going back with Arch. Texas
Arch.
again.
I like
it. I want him to do everything that his grandfather and uncles didn't do. Win the Heisman, win a national championship.
I tell you what, I like the pick. They're loaded. They got Colin
Could be Texas,
Simmons.
Penn State.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad at see Texas there.
I don't even know what the odds are, but I bet you Texas is probably the betting favorite. I'm guessing. Are they the betting favorite?
I have no clue.
I say it's them or Penn State.
Yeah.
I say
they're
it's
probably
them
both 6-5, 6-1, maybe.
Yeah.
I like both picks. I actually kind of agree with Anthony on the Penn State pick, to be honest. I think Texas – I like Texas, but I think they maybe drop one or two somewhere along the line in that SEC schedule. I do kind of think Penn State wins it all, but look, I told you I'm back on the bandwagon. Kirby, get it done, baby. I'm going with the Bulldogs. I'm going with Georgia. Gunnar Stockton, Carson Beck, it does not matter. Kirby Smart. Favorable schedule. I mean, for an SEC schedule, not saying it's easy because there's not one, but I do think they have a favorable schedule for being in the SEC. Give me the Bulldogs. Give me Georgia. Everybody's sleeping on them.
Guys, one quick question. I remember, last year, the college football playoff, where the teams that get the bye, it wasn't a good setup. Everybody's seen that once it happened. I know they have fixed it, but did they fix it for this year? Or is it for
No. It's fixed this year. Mm-hmm. They're doing straight seating this year.
Yeah, that was a bad setup.
Yes.
That was a bad
straight
setup.
seating. So
because there's actually in some situations it was better to be a lower seed than a higher
Oregon
seed.
got screwed.
Yes.
Oregon got screwed by winning the Big Ten championship. Had to face Ohio State early. Who got the best end of the deal was the teams like SMU and those type teams. So.
Well, I'll tell you who got the best end of the deal. Ohio State, because if it was a year earlier when it was only 4 teams, they wouldn't even have got in.
Yeah, yeah.
They wouldn't even got in.
And that's why it's good, though, because they were the best team
They
last
were.
year.
They were.
They were the best
They
team.
were. And, to be ranked 5th at the end of the year and not have a chance to win it all, I think the 12 teams is the right move. But the seeding does have to get straightened out because we can't have Boise and Arizona State, even though Arizona State was way better than Boise, but we can't have those teams ranked 4th and 5th.
Right.
And Charlie, you say that, and I agree, and that's my first thought too, is that they wouldn't have got in. But I also think that whenever you're kind of game planning, you kind of know what you can win and what you can't. The greatest thing to me about before, I love the playoff, and I think it's better. But the one positive that I don't think they'll ever be able to get again is when it was just 2 teams for the national title or 4, dude, teams were playing their ass off because they knew
every week.
That's what I was scared you would lose, and I don't think we lost a lot of it.
No.
Okay, I think you gained more by having the playoffs. So definitely a positive, and I think it makes players want to stay in because everybody was starting to set out and stuff, and so it was definitely a positive. But I don't know if we can say they would have or they wouldn't have because I just think sometimes desperation might – like now you can lose a game or 2. Does desperation kick in more?
I think it's better, though, because you're looking at like Ohio State and Texas matching up in the week 1.
Well, you wouldn't do that game. That game wouldn't happen.
I'm just saying, though, if it did, and you were talking about 4 or 5 years ago, the loser of that game, I mean, let's just say Texas loses that game. Then they got 9 SEC games to try to make it through and maybe go 11-1, and maybe they make it.
Then you have the SEC championship game as well.
Yeah.
Do y'all agree that game don't happen? I don't think you can if you got that schedule and you're trying to.
There was always still
There
Florida
was always a
State
few
or
good
LSU.
games.
I know, but I think that encourages more games
Oh, it
like
does.
that.
I agree with that.
Because you're not
Definitely
scared to
encourages
lose.
them.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely encourages
I've seen the new negotiations for the new playoff. The SEC and the Big Ten to get I think 4 guaranteed spots, and that will encourage more out of conference big games because when you
that's what they're going to do too.
People don't understand. Don't play in the SEC. You got to be careful. You're sitting here looking at your schedule. I can't go play. Well, the SEC don't want to play nobody out of conference. Well, you wouldn't want to play nobody out of conference either if you had that kind of schedule. So it's easy to say that when you're needing a big game, but when you got 6 other big games, it's a lot harder to say that.
Oh, no doubt. All right, last thing, biggest game of the year, not including the national championship, just regular season game. What do you think? Biggest game of the season? You got anything, Mark?
Going outside the box, riding the
Florida against
Georgia.
Florida.
Yeah,
Okay,
Florida
so
against Georgia.
It's going to set up like this. 2 weeks before that, they're going to play on the road at LSU and Miami. I'm going to say they're going to win both those games. I think they can beat LSU. I think they can beat Miami. Both good teams, or both teams I think are beatable. I think that will make them, they're starting off about 15th. It's Florida. They'll be undefeated. They'll be like 4-0, 5-0. Make them easy a top 5 team, maybe a number 3 or 4 team. Texas probably be sitting at number 1. Texas comes into Gainesville. I hope they make it a night game. They'll be playing Tom Petty on the loudspeaker, won't back down. Texas coming into Florida. two top 3 or 4 teams. Biggest game of the year.
Who you got, Josh?
I'm going November the 8th, LSU at Alabama. I just like that rivalry.
It is a great rivalry.
I hope it's a night game. What I do in the fall is I put 2 TVs out on my patio.
I love it.
One of them usually has the Kentucky night game. The other one has the ABC or ESPN game of the week. I usually keep the volume down in the UK because they're getting their teeth kicked in. So I got to watch LSU at Alabama on November 8th. I just love the atmosphere of that game. Both crowds are going to be in it. LSU travels well. Let's play that game at 8 o'clock on Saturday night, November the 8th. Josh is on his patio.
That's a little deep into the season there. That's
it's going to be great weather. Yeah. Great weather. That's what I love about college football.
Perfect. Had the fire pit going. I got 2 TVs.
I love it. I love going to UK football games. And
let's see who Kentucky plays that week.
But you know what I hate about going to UK football games? I love it, and I wouldn't change it for nothing. But what I hate about is missing the other games at night.
That's one of the reasons I quit doing it.
I hate it, but I do enjoy going so much. Sometimes I sacrifice.
Let me find this Kentucky November 8th game.
Night games are so much better. Would y'all agree with that?
That's Kentucky, Florida.
Kentucky, Florida, same night or
same day.
Same day. Yeah.
Night games better, so much better. Night games so much better.
Absolutely.
Yes. The only thing I don't like about Lexington, you get home too late.
Yeah.
Listen to talk radio.
Well, I've taken a little bit of a reach on some of my little picks here, but I'm not really reaching on this one. Biggest game of the year, Texas, Ohio State. First game, well, it's not I guess that's technically the second week, but it's what everybody's looking forward to. It's arguably the biggest opening game ever.
It's a big one.
Number 1 against number 2. You got the name, Manning, going into Ohio State.
Hope it's a good game, too.
I think that's the biggest game of the year. I mean, I say that just because of the buildup of
it's going to be
everybody's waiting for football season. That's the big game, number 1 against number 2. Obviously, like I stated before, I think the loser of this game could be just fine. With what we talked about, the format changing, the loser of this game, they'll be all right. Now, I do think if Texas loses, they're in a little bit more trouble than if Ohio State loses, but that's because I just think the SEC from top to bottom, the schedule is a little tougher. So that's the game I like. I'm looking forward to it. I know everybody's looking forward to it. Can't come soon enough.
But here's what I got. I didn't want to steal your thunder earlier because I knew what your pick was. But my national champ, I'm hoping for a rematch of that game. Texas, Ohio State. I would love if this is a great game, then I'm really going to rooting for somebody getting revenge, somebody coming back, someone doing it again. I would love, if this game is a classic, like I want it to be, I would love for them to come back in January.
Very well could.
And do it again.
On honorable mention for me, it's Oregon traveling to Happy Valley. They say it's going to be a night game whiteout. A lot of them whiteouts, they make the noon kickoffs. Oregon coming in, that could be a really big game. I thought about picking that as mine. But
if it's at night, what sucks is not knowing the times because that really can sway your opinion.
They've only released, the first 3 weeks or something?
Maybe even just the first 2 and some out of conference games maybe. But
night games are so much better.
They are.
They just are.
It is.
Does Saban come back, guys? Does he come back to college football?
No.
Okay.
How long does Bill Belichick last?
I think he has
1 year. Okay. That's it.
He's got 2.
One and done.
2 years.
One and done.
Does he get run off or does he just get out of it himself?
Back to the NFL.
Yeah.
Oh, you think he'll go back to the NFL?
One and done. Heck yeah.
He's having a midlife crisis.
Midlife at 80?
Yeah. He tried to get every NFL job he could last year. Nobody wanted him, but I think somebody will take a jump. Why would you not take Belichick? Now he's got a hot wife, 20 years old. She can come in and be the GM. It seems like that's kind of what she's doing at UNC.
You know what's crazy about it is he's such a control freak, whatever. He got that young girl.
It is a wild story. It is a wild story.
He just let her take the reins. I feel like that guy wouldn't let nobody take the reins for nothing, and it's that's going to be fun to watch. I kind of forgot about that, but fun to watch. Biggest storylines of college football this year, guys. What do you got?
Arch Manning.
Arch Manning.
That's the story. I think.
Running backs at Penn State.
Yeah. Thunder and Lightning.
I think Arch is just. I think it starts and ends with Arch Manning.
A lot of people, and I know it's not there yet, but I think Thunder would.
Let's go.
I think the K.
I like him.
From the video I've watched of him, The kid's legit. I like to see the Lagway. You know, he got to get out there and prove it, though. But I like to see the, be the year of Lagway this year. All in all, there's a lot of good storylines, a lot of good players. We talked about all the great quarterbacks that are around the league, a lot of great edges on defense. They said this class has more great edges than almost any other class. Guys, I love college football. I've become a bigger NFL fan over the last couple of years, but college football is my bread and butter. I'm super excited about it. What you talked about a second ago, where you set the stage about being outside with the fire, dude, you know what? You was talking. I was like, yeah.
Anthony was already there in his own mind. That's where he was at.
I was, guys. I love it. I love college football. I love the tradition. We're fighting NIL. We're not fighting it. It is what it is. But I just don't want it to ruin the sport, and I don't think it will. But there's going to be some challenges, and they're trying to deal with them right now. With saying that, they'll get it right. The market will correct itself. I do think you're going to see some things change. My prediction is you're going to see coaches' salaries go down, because at the end of the day, the GM's going to be the one doing the job. They're going to be the ones out there buying the players. So I think a guy like Stoops, instead of making $9 million, he might make $3 million. You take that other $6 million and throw it into the jackpot for the NIL players. So the market will correct itself.
All right, guys, I think that's about it. We will come back next week with
Vote for Josh. Vote for Josh.
Yeah, we'll come back next week with our NFL version, all the preseason predictions and previews. But yes, go on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, wherever you can find Blitz the Bookie, and give us some feedback. Let us know what you think about Josh and how he can fit in here at the Blitz the Bookie. Maybe he can't. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to listen back and check it out. But, hey, guys, thank you all for listening. We appreciate you. So continue to listen. We'll be back same time, same place next week.
Same time, same place, guys.
I hope so.
That's all I got. Y'all got
I hope so. I don't know
else?
if I'll be back. We'll find out.
Hey, guys, as we said last year, thank you so much for tuning in and listening. Guys, we are really trying to take our game to the next level this year. Last year was kind of a warm-up year, learning everything, but this year we're putting a lot of energy, a lot of time into it. And just as people that have listened, we thank you so much. But please, please, if you like the show, if you enjoy listening to the show, share it with a friend. Just one friend for us, 2 friends. I'm not trying to give you a sales pitch, even though I am. But if you would do that, we'd be greatly appreciative.
Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, send it to 1 or 2 friends, family members, share it. Yep.
It's a decent show, guys, for people who like football. I truly do. I listen to it. I think we're just as good as the big shows, and we're trying
coming for y'all.
Yeah, we are.
ESPN, whoever y'all are, Shannon Sharp, Joe Rogan, just take out the big dogs.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, that's all we got. Same time, same place next week. Blitz the Bookie.
Thank you.
Facts all day. Anthony's like, nah, I got the better parlay. Argue about the spread, it's a fierce debate. But when it comes to Wildcats, they align their fate. Blitz the Bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. Hustle deals on the line. Charlie Scassy's gonna make you shine. Anthony's heart where the numbers combine. Put your cash down, ride the incline. Blitz the Bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. From the tip off to the final play, they grind. Mike's on fire, bets on their minds. Arguing odds to the last rewind. Blue and white, it's a bond you'll find. The Bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. Final play, they grind. Mike's on fire. fire bets on their minds, arguing us till the last rewind. Blue and white, it's a bond you'll find. Bond you'll find. Blitz the Bookie's where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drum.